Hi, in this video, I'm going to offer you a tip for how to meditate for pain relief. But before I dive into that, I want to encourage you, if you're new to this channel and haven't done so and you like the content, to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you feel like giving us a thumbs up, that would be great. So let's dive right into this. And sometimes a story really helps frame a theme. So I'm going to take you back to the early 90s when I was doing a 3-day retreat in Arizona with a teacher out of California named Kwang Roshi. He was a Zen teacher. And I found the retreat, it was one of my first ones, to be quite a challenge because we were sitting for long periods of time on the floor on a cushion, cross-legged. Well, my body was not happy by the time we got into the second day, and I had my interview with the teacher, and he asked me how you're doing. I told him, I said, I'm in a lot of pain. I'm really struggling to concentrate. This is really, really difficult. And I expected him to say, well, hey, we'll just go get you a chair so, you'll be comfortable. But he didn't. And what he did was he said, let the pain bring you to your awareness. And that was almost 30 years ago, and I remember that word for word. First of all, I remember it because I kept thinking about it over and over and over again, wondering, what the hell is he talking about? I don't understand. And what let the pain bring me to my awareness? And it wasn't until years later, when I was a resident at the San Francisco Zen Center, I had an opportunity to have an interview with Reb Anderson, the senior teacher there, who knew Kwang Roshi. They were both residents at the San Francisco Zen Center back in the early days. So I said, what was Kwang Roshi saying? And Reb said, well, let's explore. When you bang your leg on the coffee table, you experience a pain, right, on your shin. I said, yeah. And he said, well, is that pain the same pain as if you burned your hand on the hot stove? Or the same pain as if you had severe indigestion? Or the same pain if you were to get, say, a splitting headache? Or the same pain when you find out that someone dear to you has passed away? Those are all different kinds of pain. Are they all the same? Do they feel the same? What if you were to explore and notice the different sensations that you're experiencing? Some might be dull, some might be sharp, there might be stabbing, it might be icy cold or hot, or different kinds of experiences in the body. So when you experience pain, it gives you an opportunity to turn your attention towards it and explore it and see what that feels like in your body, and explore the story you're telling yourself about it. And I realized it was so true. See, what do when we experience pain? We want it to disappear. And there's all kinds of ways to do that, right? Distraction or numbing, suppressing. And of course, the stories we tell ourselves. Oh, this is too much. I can't bear it. It's going to last forever. If it was a case of banging my leg, I might start into some kind of story about, oh, I'm so stupid and clumsy, and why did I do that, and blah, 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 blah. It doesn't help. None of this helps. Really? Not really. What's better is to pause and bring our awareness to the experience with gentle curiosity and kindness. Perhaps when we feel that sensation in the body that is pain, perhaps we can turn towards it and explore it and notice, what is that sensation like? What does that feel in my body? Where is it in my body? By localizing it, the chest, the belly, wherever it is, the shoulder, we can start exploring. Does it have a shape, a color, a texture? Does it move? See, if we bring our attention to it, we can work with it. And we can notice, inevitably, it will shift and change. Nothing lasts forever, and the pain certainly won't. And it'll take on a certain personality that we can explore. And we can bring kindness to it. We can bring compassion to it. Margaret does a video on self-compassion that's really good, and I encourage you to check that out. But bringing compassion to our pain and to our suffering, which are those stories in our heads about the experience, is a way to work with it skillfully rather than trying to push it away, trying to suppress it, which just doesn't work. So I invite you, next time you experience pain, see if you can pause and bring your attention into the experience, soften around it, explore, notice what the experience is like, notice what story you're telling yourself, and see if you can allow this experience to run its natural course without getting spun out. Okay? So I invite you to do that. And you can really hang out and dive into it and explore it if you can hold your attention to it and maybe learn something about how you relate to it. There might be some deep insights by doing this practice. And when you do your normal meditation practice, meaning you just sit down and say, okay, I'm going to do my 5 minutes or my 20 minutes or whatever it is, by using your breath as your focal point, when you're distracted by some kind of sensation, you can do that in your practice. It's like putting training wheels on and practicing working with sensations in the body so that when you do bang your shin or something like that happens, you've had some practice working with those sensations. So I invite you to try this out, and it's not a magic bullet. I'm not saying it's going to work in every situation, but it is a skill that we all can use to learn how to meditate for pain relief.